You've been the host of the Today Show for 9 years. And you know, when you say 9 years, you were just saying people are always like, wow, because you did come into it at an odd time, really.
Well, I basically came into it at a time when it would have been really appropriate for those at Channel 9 to go, next!
Yeah.
Because there was
a bit of rotating
five,
chair, yeah.
one after the other.
Did they ever think maybe it's Carl who's not working with the women? There's like 10 women going through, but Carl's still sitting there strong.
Carl was still there. No, it was just one of those situations. Look, it's a very inexact science, breakfast TV.
Yeah.
Like, you can get a really strong male host and a really strong female host, but if you don't connect between yourselves, if you don't feel really comfortable about the person you're sitting next to, if you don't respect each other, if you don't make each other laugh, if you don't care about each other outside of work, which Carl and I absolutely do, like his wife and my husband are great mates, and you know, we all get on really well.
Well, it's more than a job too, you know.
I spend more time with Carl talking to Carl than I do to my own husband most days.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a good relationship, you're pretty screwed. And the camera is a microscope for 3.5 hours every day.
Yeah.
So if we didn't get on, the audience would pick it up really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And I mean,
that's true.
you make yourself sick trying to, you know, sit up straight and
totally.
with a fake smile. Like, who needs to
yeah.
spend 17.5 hours a week doing that?
Oh, God, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like a really fun team. It doesn't look like you could manufacture, because you can tell when you've got the shits with him, or, you know, he said something that you're like, fuck, here we go again, you know, which often you'll laugh at him. You get away with way more than he gets away with, though. You can be a dirty bird on there.
Don't let anybody know. No one seems to have picked up on that yet.
Yeah, I love it. I love when just some of the comments, it's like, I love it. If it had to come out of his mouth, he would be sent straight to the office.
You know what the thing is? If you're going to drop a line like that, you just move away.
Yes, totally. Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Drop the bum and run.
Yes.
I love it. Do you find that 9 years into it, getting up at 3 a.m, you know, here today when you've already done the Today Show as well, how the fuck do you do it? You've got 3 kids, a husband, you work at the Huffington Post as well, a big wig for the Australian Huffington Post. Do you sleep?
I don't get enough sleep.
Your husband has said that sometimes you find people who nap to be weak, like you do not. That is not in your DNA.
Well, it's more a case of if I have a sleep during the day, I wake up in a fog.
Yeah, right.
And I never quite get back to, you know, being able to operate.
Right.
And look, it's not unusual for me to get a call at 9 o'clock at night saying you've got the Prime Minister in the morning, or you've got the Foreign Minister. And if I'm not across the news cycle, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So you know, right throughout the day, I'm aware of the way the news is changing across the day. I watch Parliament, you know, because but they're kind of our marquee interviews.
Yes.
And they're really important interviews too, because breakfast TV really gets a mass audience, unlike any other program on TV. And we've only got 4 or 5 minutes to get stuff happening.
Yeah.
So you've got to be really sharp. You've got to have really targeted questions, but you've got to be across the issues enough that, you know, sneaky politicians who try and avert your gaze away from the real issues so that you can pull them back into line again.
Yeah.
So, and both Carl and I love doing the political interviews.
Yeah, and you're extremely good at it because you don't let them get away with not answering
what you
want.
want. You just can't, because you know that's what they do for a living.
Totally.
So we've always got to pull them back into line, but you've just got to be across stuff. So I sleep the sleep of the dead on the weekend.
Yeah, right.
And you know, when we all try and have a good holiday at the end of the year, so you can actually remember what it feels like to be normal again.
Yeah.